Sure, here's a story about a couple dealing with infidelity, focusing on the emotional journey and the character dynamics. Title: The Echoes of Trust. In the quaint town of Ashwood, where every house had a story and every street was lined with secrets, lived Emily and Daniel Foster. Their home was a picture of harmony, a charming Victorian house with a white picket fence and blooming gardens. Emily, with her warm smile and artistic flair, and Daniel, a dedicated architect with a love for classic literature, seemed to be the epitome of a perfect couple. Yet, beneath the surface of their seemingly idyllic life, trouble brewed. The trouble began when Daniel started working long hours on a new project, a high-profile architectural design that required him to travel frequently. Emily, who had always been supportive of Daniel's career, found herself alone more often than not. The absence was palpable, and though she tried to stay engaged with her art and community projects, a sense of loneliness began to creep in. Then came Lisa, a new neighbor who had recently moved into the house across the street. Lisa was vibrant and charismatic, with an easy laugh and an infectious energy. She and Emily quickly bonded over their shared interests in gardening and local events. As Emily grew closer to Lisa, she found herself opening up about her feelings of isolation. Meanwhile, Daniel's work trips became more frequent, and the long hours and constant pressure began to take a toll on him. One evening, after a particularly stressful day, he met Carla, a charming woman at a business function. Carla was vivacious and understanding, offering Daniel a shoulder to lean on during a vulnerable moment. What began as a friendship quickly escalated into an affair, a secret that Daniel struggled to keep hidden. As the affair continued, Daniel found himself caught between two worlds. On one side was his wife, who still had no idea about the infidelity, and on the other, Carla, who was demanding more of his time and attention. The guilt weighed heavily on him, but he continued the deceit, hoping to avoid the inevitable fallout. One evening, as Emily was preparing dinner, she received a text from Lisa, asking if she could drop by to discuss something important. When Lisa arrived, she seemed unusually nervous. After a moment of hesitation, Lisa revealed that she had seen Daniel with Carla on several occasions. Emily's heart sank as Lisa described the intimate moments she had witnessed. It became clear that Daniel's absences were not just due to work. The revelation was a shock, but Emily's reaction was a mix of disbelief and sorrow. She confronted Daniel that night, her voice trembling as she spoke. The conversation was painful. Daniel admitted to the affair, explaining how he had been swept away by circumstances he could no longer control. Emily's initial reaction was one of profound hurt. She felt betrayed not just by Daniel but by the very life she had built with him. The trust that had been the foundation of their relationship seemed shattered beyond repair. However, Emily was also a person of great strength and introspection. She needed time to process the situation and decide what was best for her future. In the weeks that followed, Emily chose to seek therapy, both individually and as a couple. She was determined to understand her own emotions and to find a path forward, whether it meant rebuilding their relationship or moving on. Daniel, too, was committed to understanding his actions and seeking forgiveness, though he knew the road ahead was fraught with challenges. Through the therapy sessions, both Emily and Daniel confronted their personal issues and the underlying problems in their marriage. They began to rebuild their communication and trust, albeit slowly. Emily found solace in her art, channeling her pain into creativity, while Daniel worked diligently to make amends and prove his commitment to repairing the damage he had caused. The journey was long and arduous, marked by moments of doubt and small victories. The scars of infidelity did not disappear overnight, but with time, patience, and genuine effort, Emily and Daniel managed to find a new understanding of each other. Their relationship was different, altered by the trials they had faced, but it was still intact. In the end, the echoes of trust that once seemed lost began to resonate again, not as they had before, but in a new, more resilient form. Emily and Daniel learned that while the road to recovery was difficult, the strength of their bond and the lessons lessons learned could pave the way for a renewed and deeper connection. This story explores the themes of betrayal, forgiveness, and personal growth, reflecting the complexities of relationships and the challenges that come with healing and rebuilding trust.